Caitlyn Clark just had her first overtime game, and it was insane.
McBinley, handoff Clark, launches, and hits a three! We are level!
Clark posted her franchise record 14th double-double of the season for Indiana, but it was far from a solo show. Her teammates stepped up in crunch time, but Ryan Howard made sure it wasn't easy for the Fever.
Opening 2 possessions, a couple of stops. Howard shakes off hole and hits a three!
Ryan Howard!
From the jump, Caitlyn was on fire, barely touching the net.
Austin gets it back to Clark, sidesteps Howard, she will launch and knock down a three!
She came out ready to remind everyone why she stole that 3-point record from Ryan Howard, but it wasn't Howard who answered back. It was Aliyah Gray, like she was returning the favor in a game of horse.
Gray will try a three and knock it down.
Indiana, though, started off shaky with 4 turnovers in just 3 minutes. And the Dream, they weren't letting those mistakes slide. They punished every single one, turning Indiana's sloppiness into easy points.
Hillman has the size advantage on hole, plows through her. A defensive foul going on Indiana.
Luckily, Caitlyn snapped them out of it. She distracted the defense with her no-look passes and found Hull wide open for a 3.
Inside, Hillman comes and help. Here's Lexi Hull, who does what Lexi Hull has been doing here out of the Olympic break.
Even when Caitlyn wasn't scoring, she was dishing out passes like a magician pulling rabbits out of hats. But with Ryan Howard in the building, there was no doubt a quick response was coming.
Early 3-point lead, and Ryan Howard erases it.
And even when Caitlyn was putting defenders in a blender,
in a 5-game span, you know what else is on that list?
there was no let-up.
More of a defensive issue, and Canada just gonna have to get rid of it and connects.
When Caitlyn did manage to break ankles, the refs stepped in to spoil the fun.
Should be matched up quicker than that.
Oh, Clark just spinning off Canada and an offensive foul. I think she might have got her with the elbow and she was spinning.
But thankfully, Kelsey Mitchell came through.
Celebrate her birthday as Mitchell turns the corner, fires up a dip.
And also knocking down a 3 like it was nothing.
Mitchell pulling up off balance, knocks it down.
Of course, the Dream didn't give her much time to celebrate.
It is a 2-point shot. Caldwell. Oh, she gets the friendly roll.
Mitchell hit back-to-back 3s, and just when it seemed like Indiana had the momentum, the Dream finished the quarter ahead. It was one of those nights where every Fever bucket was met with a Dream answer. The key for the Fever going into the second was to chill on the fouls. But apparently, someone forgot to pass along that memo.
Hoisted up there, looked like she lost the handle midway up, and Fagbenle got tangled up there.
Thankfully, Fagbenle made it up. She blocked a shot like she was playing against her younger sibling, and then ran the floor for a bucket in transition.
She's going to try her luck on the offensive end. Fagbenle ducks in and finishes.
How about that, back-to-back?
But the Dream came back with another 3, and it felt like they were telling the Fever, anything you can do, we can do better. So Caitlyn knew she had to do something they couldn't repeat.
You're probably going to have a team in rotation, and you're probably going to have some mismatches.
Clark, step back 3. She connects.
You always think you're close enough to her on a long closeout.
That got her closer to breaking the all-time rookie points record, and you could feel the crowd buzzing. Still, Caitlyn didn't have to do it all herself. Lexi Hull got in on the action.
The handle on her way up, finds its way to Lexi Hull, who knocks down another.
But Indiana hadn't learned from their earlier mistakes, leaving the back door wide open, and Gray strolled right in.
Now Alicia Gray answers with a triple.
Caitlyn wasn't about to let that slide, sending a full-court dime to Mitchell like she was playing quarterback.
She gets that much time.
Oh, pass ahead, Smith running the floor. Clark pays her off.
But with the Dream still up 39-35, Indiana needed more, and Hull delivered.
Hull fire away, 3 for 3.
Lexi Hull, shoot till your arm falls off.
After a quick challenge on a foul call, the Fever were ready to take control, but Ryan Howard wasn't having it.
Pass out of that. Put it right in the middle of the rim, and so too does Ryan Howard.
Even when Boston used a little bully ball to tie the score, the Dream came right back with an even better play.
She's got 8 Boston here in the first half, and Gray knocks down a 3.
And just when the Fever thought they were getting some love from the refs, you could feel the ref cheese building up.
Gray won the 3-point shooting contest, and that's over and back right there.
Making it clear this was going to be a long night. By halftime, Indiana had 13 turnovers to the Dream's 1, but somehow they were only down by 2. It was like watching a team juggle flaming torches and somehow keep them all in the air. Canada made sure the Dream held onto their lead.
Chance opportunity to close out the half with Atlanta up by 2, and Canada splashes home a deep 2.
And Caitlyn? Let's just say she wasn't too thrilled heading into the locker room. Coming out of halftime, she got her smile back after some fan interaction, but that didn't last long.
Atlanta. Howard looks inside for Charles, blocked by Smith. Charles on a third effort, gets it up, gets it to go. Not how you wanted to start the third if you're Indiana.
And then Lexi Hull got a dancing lesson from Howard.
Atlanta, a couple of buckets out of the opening 2 possessions, a couple of stops. Howard shakes off Hull and hits a 3.
Ryan Howard. Dangerous out of the locker room. Good timeout by Christie Sides.
The Dream went on a scoring spree, with everyone getting involved. It was like they were hosting a basketball clinic, stretching their lead to 63-48. Finally, Kelsey Mitchell broke the streak.
Scoreless since the first quarter. Mitchell on the drive, scoop shot, and gets the roll.
And then she got a steal and went on a solo mission.
Howard is back. It's 1-on-1. Mitchell's going to pull a 3. How's that for confidence?
That got Caitlyn fired up. She forced a drive and earned herself some free throws, starting a 9-0 run that brought the score to 64-57. But just when it looked like the Fever were back, Ryan Howard decided to break the streak, hitting a clutch shot to stop Indiana's momentum. Still, the Fever had found their rhythm. Caitlyn dished it to Boston, who went to work down low.
Makes the pass, spins inside and finishes.
And after some fancy footwork from CC, Boston returned the favor.
Pressure all game.
Clark, a problem for Canada there.
Cutting the Dream's lead to just 3, 69-66. The fourth quarter was a continuation of the fireworks.
Benley, handoff Clark, launches, and hits a 3. We are level.
That moved her up to second in all-time rookie points. The crowd was going wild. She got a little too hyped though, pulling up from the logo in transition. But hey, even the greats miss from time to time. Not to worry. Caitlyn showcased her court vision.
Shorts. Clark launching ahead. Mitchell beats the pack back.
Keeping the Fever within striking distance. But Ryan Howard wasn't making it easy.
And here is Howard, transition 3.
She was everywhere, scoring and setting up her teammates like she had eyes on the back of her head.
Underneath, feeds it into Hillman, scoops it up, draws the foul, and an and 1.
What a great cut by Naz Hillman.
But Caitlyn's teammates had her back. Mitchell turned up the heat, getting another steal and hitting a transition 3.
With her emotions and still remaining a passion.
Hull came in clutch from deep, and Fagbenle was a force on defense. Boston? She was bullying her way to the rim, getting buckets when the Fever needed the most. Then, with less than a minute left, Caitlyn topped it off with a full-court dime to Fagbenle for the game-tying bucket.
For Fagbenle, level again.
Beautiful. This is winning time right now.
It was 88-88 with 44 seconds left, and the crowd was on their feet. Unfortunately, the Dream went to Howard, who drew a foul and knocked down both free throws. Down by 2, Indiana needed a bucket to stay alive. Coach drew up the perfect play. Caitlyn dished it to Boston, who faked the handoff and bullied her way to the rim, tying the game and sending it to overtime.
Gets to the rim and ties the game.
It's a wonderful fake. It's an excellent execution.
Overtime kicked off with Caitlyn hitting a mid-range jumper to set the tone, but the Dream answered right back. It was a back-and-forth battle, with both teams trading buckets. Even Fagbenle was hitting jump shots, which made you realize it was truly a special night. But Indiana had something the Dream couldn't match: Boston's post play. She kept forcing buckets inside, and with 24 seconds left, the Dream were forced to foul, putting Caitlyn on the line. She calmly sank both free throws, putting the Fever in control. The Dream had one final opportunity.
Canada will hoist, and the Fever overcome a 16-point second-half deficit.
The Fever walked away with the win. Caitlyn finished with 26 points and 13 assists, but also racked up 9 turnovers. Boston had a career-high 30 points, outlasting Howard's impressive 36-point performance. What a night. Think the Fever can keep this momentum rolling? Let me know in the comments.